treat your scalp how you would treat your plants. I know some of y'all can't keep plants alive, but keep your hair alive. This is a game changer. Do this if you want your locks to lock faster, because your locks are beautiful. Your locks are not like anyone else's. Your locks are so unique.
I want all three. Ooh, Ashley. Hey, ooh, Ashley. Hey.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Shay back with another video. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Ashley. As you can see by the title of this video today, I'm going to be doing 10 starter lock tips for y'all. Starter lock, baby locks tips. As y'all can see, your girl has a fresh new set of locks. If you don't know me, my name is Ashley and this is my second set. Look on my channel, you will see your girl had very much longer locks. We cut an explanation video as to why I did all of that, why I cut it. I will pop it up here, also link down below in the description box so you can check that out if you want to. But yes, we are starting on very short hair, very much my natural hair color. Everything is giving right now: the makeup, the earrings, the hair, the cut. Okay girl, so yeah, we are starting again, but I have all the tips for y'all. From personal experience, I now know. I had my locks for almost 2 years and here we are 2 months in, almost 2 months into this set right here. So I have a lot of knowledge on this subject, so stick around if you want to see what you should be doing on your lock journey. If you are new here, my name is Ashley. I do post lock videos, but I do sprinkle and dabble into piercing content, tattoo content, other content here and there. So if any of that interests you, please give this video a thumbs up and also subscribe down below to join the family. And without further ado, let's hop into the video. So my very first tip is to wear your bonnet, wear your do-rag, cover your hair up. Not at all times, but like definitely when you're going to sleep or when you're going to be laying down. Anytime you're putting your head on something, make sure you're having your head on something satin, something silk. We do not want lint in our locks. So you want to make sure you're covering your hair because you just want to protect your locks, and having a bonnet or a do-rag or just something silk like a pillowcase or something like that, it helps keep the moisture in your hair. It helps prevent lint from falling into your locks. It helps prevent unraveling. It helps prevent a lot of things. So make sure you're wrapping up your hair, especially at night or when you're laying down on them. Tip number 2 is to spray your hair with water, aloe vera, some type of rose water, some type of lock mist every single day. I don't care if it's day 1 of your locks. I don't care if it's day 52, day 256, day 365, girl. And boy, I know the guys watch me too. Bless up to all of y'all. But yeah, make sure you're spraying your locks on the daily. I know some of y'all are probably going to be like, why would I do that? It's going to cause unraveling. It's going to cause this and that. Think about it like this. When you're spraying your locks with water, you're causing your locks to swell and contract. Swell and contract. And what do you think? When you think of swelling and contracting, that equals locking faster because your hair swells, and when it contracts, the hair tangles, it does whatever it wants to do. It starts to act a little crazy because you're spraying it so often. And a plus side of that is you're keeping your hair moisturized. You do not want your locks to be dry. Something that can happen with a lot of people's hair is that it dries out. Locks are just typically very dry. Naturally, curlier hair tends to be drier, period. And now that you're doing a way less maintenance hairstyle that can't really hold conditioner and heavy products until you're like down the line, you need to be spraying your hair daily. Water, aloe vera, rose water, specialized lock mist is going to be your best friend. You need to spray your hair daily. I know it sounds excessive, but it really will help you. And just misting your hair every day will help your hair lock so much faster. It'll help your hair grow faster just because your scalp and your locks are going to be nourished. Everybody's hair grows, but if you're not watering your scalp, just think about it like plants. If you don't water your plants, they're not going to grow. They're going to die. They're going to shrivel up. They're going to be dry. Treat your scalp how you would treat your plants. I know some of y'all can't keep plants alive, but keep your hair alive, keep your locks alive, water your scalp, water your hair, care about your locks, put tender love and care into your locks by just spraying them every day, because that is going to keep them moisturized. It's going to help them grow faster. It's going to help them lock faster. Mark my words. And that brings me into tip number 3. Make sure you're oiling your scalp every 3 to 4 days. That's something that you do not want to do every day. I do have a couple of videos on my channel describing how you should be moisturizing your locks. They will be in one of these corners right here and also down in the description box. You know I would not hold out on you, but every 3 to 4 days for me personally is what works for me. Over oiling your scalp can overclog your scalp. It can make you produce more oil than you should be producing. You don't need to be doing that. It is necessary to oil your locks and your scalp every couple days just to keep your scalp very healthy, just to keep your scalp on track, just to make sure your hair is growing and doing what it's supposed to do. Rule of thumb, make sure you spray your locks first so you moisturize them and then seal in the moisture with the oil, okay? Do not put oil on dry hair because you're sealing in dryness. So So make sure you're oiling every 3 to 4 days, spraying and moisturizing your hair first with some type of like water-based product. Tip number 4 is to make sure you do not wear a shower cap in the shower. This is a game changer. Do this if you want your locks to lock faster, if you want them to be more moisturized, do this, okay? Not wearing your locks in the shower just steams your hair, helps it swell and contract. It's kind of similar to you like spraying your locks. Because I do wear wigs and because I shower in the morning, I typically don't really get to do this, but every chance that I do get to shower without a shower cap with my lock babies, I do that, okay? It moisturizes your locks, it gives them that steam. The back of your neck is gonna get a little bit wet. Those locks are gonna get a little bit more drenched than the other ones. Don't drench your hair or anything like you're washing it. Obviously when you're washing it you would do that, but you're not trying to wash your hair. What you're trying to do is just get the steam to touch your locks. You're already in the shower, kill 2 birds with 1 stone, clean your body, steam your locks, moisturized, boom, everything's taken care of for you. Just know it's a game changer. Tip number 5 is to make sure you're washing your hair every 2 to 4 weeks. Contrary to popular belief, you should be washing your locks. There is no reason to wait 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 6 months to be washing your starter locks. I understand that they're going to unravel. That is a given. Your starter locks are going to unravel. Sorry to break it to you, they're going to unravel. So how about we just wash them and recoil them? Because you need to train your locks to act accordingly. Your hair is not going to know that you want locks. Over the course of the years and the months, your hair is going to start being trained. It's going to learn what to do. But just know, like, when you're first starting locks for the very first time, your hair is going to be confused. Your hair is not going to know what to do, where to go. It's going to unravel regardless of your hair texture. Yes, if you have a looser hair texture, it will unravel a little bit easier, but you need to be washing your hair. You need to wash your scalp. That is where growth starts. If your scalp is clogged, how do you expect your hair to grow? Okay, make sure you're keeping your scalp very clean and moisturized. So make sure you are washing your hair every 2 to 4 weeks. Everybody's going to be different, so act accordingly, wash accordingly to your hair needs. If you have short hair like me, just put on a stocking cap, you know, the stocking cap method. And whenever I start washing my own hair, I am going to a loctician right now, I will be showing y'all me wash my hair for the very first time, retwist for the very first time. Just because my hair is so short, I think I might give it a couple more months to start doing it by myself because I'm a little bit scared. Like, I know what locks do. I know that they unravel and puff up, and I'm personally not comfortable enough to do my own hair right now. So that is the schedule that we're on now. Tip number 6 is to retwist once a month, or you can stretch it out longer. You want to wait at least 1 month before retwisting in between your retwists, just to prevent any thinning, any breakage at the roots. Over twisting your hair, over manipulating your hair, having tight styles at the roots is going to equal breakage. Doing that every 2 weeks, doing that every week, that's a no-no. Don't do that. I know it's rough. I know locks unravel. If it unravels, like, recoil it obviously, but retwisting the roots, making sure they look clean, making sure you can see your parts, unfortunately you need to wait at least 1 month. You can do longer depending on what type of locks you have, depending on your hair needs, depending on you and what you want to do with your hair. Doing it too much is just going to cause breakage, especially in the beginning. Like, you want your locks to thicken up as much as possible. Most people do not want thin locks unless you're going for like a very like small part, thinner lock look. You know what I mean? Like, nobody wants that. So just make sure you're spreading out your retwist with at least a month in between. Tip number 7 goes hand in hand with tip number 6. Don't style too much, especially in the beginning. That includes protective styles, as in like, yes, wigs and head wraps, like covering your hair. I'm very guilty of wearing my wigs, but you don't want to be putting individual styles like passion twists, box braids, faux locks, wigs, head wraps. You don't want to be covering your hair too much. You want to let your hair breathe when you're not sleeping, when you're not laying down, when you don't need to be covering your hair with your bonnet. You want your hair to breathe. You do not want your hair to be constricted in tight little styles. You want all of that shedded hair to fall into your locks and not anywhere else, because that's what locks are. Your hair sheds and it falls into your locks and it becomes heavier, it becomes thicker, it becomes longer. And that is the whole point of a lock journey. Putting your hair in those individual styles, passion twists, and all of that on your hair super often is going to stunt your lock process. Your locks are going to become thinner. They're not going to be juicy. Like, they're not going to like thicken up to their full potential, and you don't want that on your lock journey, especially in the beginning. Once your hair gets more mature, you know, once you hit that 2-year mark, I feel like you can start doing a little bit more to your hair. The beginning stages are crucial to like make sure you're doing all of these things, just because you want your locks to be as healthy as possible. You want them to be as thick as possible, as long as possible, you know what I mean? And like, locks take a long time to do their thing, so make sure you're doing these steps to maybe get there a little bit quicker and just to keep your hair healthy overall. Tip number 8, this was actually recommended to me by my current loctician. I'll also put in the cards here me getting my locks started and everything, because she really barred me up, did everything I wanted her to do and more. But she gave me this fantastic tip right here. 2 years is how long you should be waiting to dye your locks. locks. I know that is such a long time. 2 years is basically when your locks are fully mature, regardless of hair texture. It takes about 2 years. I know some people with like kinkier hair textures are gonna lock a little bit faster, but like rule of thumb, 2 years is how long you should be waiting to dye your hair, to bleach your hair, to be putting chemical processes on your hair, just so your hair can already form fully, so your locks can reach their fullest and thickest potential. Doing that before will stunt the process of your locks. It'll stunt the growth. You'll get breakage. They won't be as thick as they should be. And I definitely experienced that in my last lock journey. If you saw that video, if you know, I did end up cutting my hair because your girl was bleaching, over processing, over coloring, overdoing everything that I should not have been doing to my locks. So just make sure you wait 2 years before you bleach or dye your locks, just to prevent any of those necessary steps, any of those necessary processes from happening before your hair like starts to mature. Tip number 9 is to find a good loctician if you're not comfortable doing your own lock. Emphasis on the good part, because I've gone to a very bad loctician. I've only gone to 3 locticians. One was horrible and the other 2 were perfect. They were great. They were amazing, but I didn't know better. That was my first lock journey. Take it from me, do your research before going to someone. I would say Instagram is probably the best way to find a loctician. It's the way I found 2 locticians, so it could be good or bad. First loctician I found her on Instagram. Her page was a little bit like sus, like the pictures were low quality, but her work looked decent. She was literally in the same city as me, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna skirt over there and go. Really bad decision. She took like a huge ball of my hair out. She didn't part my hair the way I wanted it. She used Pro Style gel, but then turn around, most recent loctician I just went to, she did everything I wanted and more. Like, she parted my hair exactly how I wanted to. She listened to everything I said. I went in there with a plan. She used good products on my hair, and my hair is flourishing and doing. She has good conversation and everything like that. Like, she is the bomb.com. But the second loctician I went to, I actually found her through word of mouth. So like, I saw this girl, like she had her hair done and everything. This was in my first lock journey. I was probably like a month or so in, and this girl had starter locks, and I was like, you know, who did your locks? She gave me this girl's Instagram. I ended up going to her to get my first retwist. She did a pretty good job on that. And then in my going to a loctician for the first time video, she is the one who did my hair for the second time. She was amazing too. She did a really cute style on my hair. My hair was crispy AF. Like, she had very good energy. We were talking the whole time too. That is really important for me. Like, obviously I want you to do my hair bomb. Like, I want my retwist to be crispy. I don't want my hair to be falling out, none of that. But I want to have good conversation with you. I want there to be good energy. I want to feel comfortable with you touching my hair, my energy center, my locks. She brought everything she needed to bring. Both of those locticians did. So I would say ask people who did their locks. Instagram. You can also try like Google, but I feel like Google only gives you like establishment businesses that are like on storefront type of things, or just people who take the time to do that. Most people are going to have an Instagram following right now. Check reviews, check their pictures, check their comments, ask people who've gotten their hair done, like how their experience was, like research on YouTube. Just do a bunch of research before you go to somebody, because you never know what type of person this loctician is. So just make sure you're going to someone who is professional, who has like good reviews, people who have had a good experience with this person. Just do your research when finding a loctician. Last but not least, tip number 10 is to be patient and do not compare your locks to anyone else's. Everybody's lock journey is so beautiful. It's so different. Yes, there will be similarities. Yes, there will be crossovers. Yes, like if you have a similar hair texture and density to someone, your locks may end up looking similar to this person's, but just know your locks are never going to look like their locks. My locks are never going to look like your locks. Your locks are never going to look like mine. I 100% think that it's okay to follow someone else's journey, to type in, oh, I have 4C hair, I have about this many locks, and to see how somebody's locks look and how yours may look as well, just to have something to look forward to. But don't like compare the small things to your locks, or be like, I wish my locks were like that. I wish my locks were like this. It's like, your locks are the way that they're supposed to look. If you do want something to change, you can always change that up. Just enjoy your journey, embrace it, like embrace the uniqueness, embrace the differences that your locks have, because your locks are beautiful. Your locks are not like anyone else's. Your locks are so unique. And I feel like that is the beauty of a lock journey. We are all beautiful. We all know that we have locks, but everybody's lock journey, everybody's locks visibly are so different. And I think that is a beautiful thing to see. Be unique in your own self. Love yourself the way that you are. And you know what? Like, do what you want to do on your lock journey. At the end of the day, it is your hair, it's your life, it's your journey. You need to experience all of these things on your own. I'm just here to lend y'all a helping hand, to give y'all some tips of what I basically learned on my older lock journey, my previous lock journey, and this one that I'm going on right now. Hope y'all found these tips super helpful. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up. Also subscribe down below to join the family. If you did make it here, comment down below this emoji. Like, you're such a real one. My earrings are like little moons and skulls, so it's it's gonna be something based on that. Thank you so much for watching all the way through. You are a real one. And without further ado, I'll catch you in the next video. Bye. I always be trying to do that and I just can't.
Never gave you my number, did it with you.